Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's me, R-Squad911, back again with another statue unboxing and quick review. Today we have with us the Kotobukiya Cyclops fine art statue. And when I say fine art statue, this is a 1/6 scale statue. And if this is anything like the Carnage fine art statue that I unboxed in one of my previous videos, this thing's closer to 1/5 scale. Because when I did unbox the Carnage, he was a lot bigger than most 1/6 scale statues I've seen. And comparing it to a 1/5 scale, it was very, very close. So this one is limited to 600 pieces. This one's number 89. So nice double digits, number 89 of 600. This is also sculpted by Restore, same as the Carnage statue that I have. But what's nice about these ones is they're mainly Polystone, and they use magnets, not like I guess the 1/10 scale PVC vinyl figures or statues or model kits from Kotobukiya that are press fit instead of magnets. And yeah, this is a much higher end statue, which also commands a more higher end price. So I believe these retail for $399 US. I paid about 500 Canadian for this. Had this on pre-order for a while, finally came in, with shipping delays and whatnot. But yeah, here it is. This is the beautiful art box here. You have Cyclops here kind of lunging forward, looks with the big X symbol in the back. This is his more modern suit. It looks like he's doing his optic blast here with the ruby lenses. It'll be really interesting. I'm really interested in seeing this actually unboxed to see how accurate this image is, because it looks phenomenal. It looks fantastic from here, like the face sculpt, the hair, the pose, the suit, and everything. So yeah, this is Marvel Comics presents the Kotobukiya Collection Fine Art Statue, Cyclops. Yeah, here's the side here. There is some kind of like UV spot lamp in gloss. Not sure if you guys can see it, but it says X-Men, and there's like all these like beams of light going across, which is really cool. I hope that it looks like this, because the sculpt on here looks really, really good. This is the back here. Got a little bit of damage on the art box, that's fine. Yep, different angles, the rock base there. The rock base looks identical, like in color wise, to Carnage's base. And that's another side shot there now with a kind of like classic X-Men look right there. All right, so what it looks like is maybe this was like an open return, or the store that I bought off, they opened it and checked it or had it on display really quick. I can't blame them. If I got only one of these in to my shop before I had to ship it out, I would probably open it and check it out first. But it would have been nice if they let me know that they were going to do that. All right, so I'm going to open up this box here. Definitely looks like it's been retaped because they have taped the instructions onto the box, which is fine. Here are the instructions here. Looks like there's quite a few pieces. Cyclops is all one piece. The head is one with the body. The hands are all one. So you just peg them in, and then there's some rocks that you attach, some broken metal, and some sort of pipe or tendril of some sort there. Maybe it's Omega Red. Yeah, well, that's it right there. There's a QR code. I guess you can scan it for like maybe assembly video. And the rest is in Japanese. All right. So we'll put that over here, because we're going to figure out all of that together. Again, what I like about Kotobukiya and their like fine art series is they put handles on the top of the box, which is very, very nice for unboxing. That sounded like a cow mooing. And we're going to pull that out here. I'm going to take the art box and set it down over here. All right. So let's see which way is top and which way is bottom. I'm assuming this is the bottom where it has no text on it. This would be the top where it says Kotobukiya. Right, so trusty X-Acto knife, short blade, just in case you don't want to hit anything. Whoever taped this back up did a horrible job. Almost there. Almost there. What movie reference is that from? Comment below. All right. So, definitely opened and repackaged. There's styrofoam everywhere. And looks like they had a hard time putting it back in because maybe they didn't put it in the right area, because it looks like it's indented the styrofoam in other places. And Cyclops isn't wrapped in any tissue paper, and these are just loosely sitting in the wrong places. This should have been over here. Or it looks like we might be missing parts, or this shouldn't be in here. That is strange. I will have to complain about that. And of course there's paper here that should have been wrapped up in one of those pieces. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the camera off the tripod. Oh, actually we're gonna move it closer so we can get a bird's eye view and you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Okay guys, so here we are. This is the bird's eye view, or semi-bird's eye view of what I see here in the box. There's Cyclops right here. This was just kind of sitting there. I'm not sure where it was supposed to be, but it's definitely not there. This piece looks like it should have been placed here. This piece looks like it should have been placed here. And there was tissue paper somewhere. I don't remember now where I put it. Oh, no, I put it underneath here. Yeah, so this should have been wrapped up here. That's kind of horrible, whoever unpacked it and repacked it. I mean, it's pretty obvious where stuff goes. It looks like I'm missing something here now. I have to look at the instructions. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pieces, so maybe nothing goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. We have the pipe right there. We have, oh no, no, and then we have the piece of metal there, and then there should be 3 pieces of that, of rock. So 1, 2, 3. You know what? This isn't even supposed to be there. That should have been here. So yeah, whoever packed this did a horrible job. I mean, it is obvious, like, it's not supposed to be in these perfectly round places. So this piece, they just threw it in there. That's horrible, and that's why there's a dent in one of the boxes there. It should have went right here. I mean, this is the most obvious perfect spot for it, and it doesn't move. Hopefully everything is okay. Hopefully this wasn't returned, like if there was an issue with it. But we'll see once we start assembling this. So let's unbox this first. This is that pipe there. That's really nice. It has kind of some discoloration, like almost like heat discoloration, almost looks gold, and it goes down to like the silver tone, which is really nice. Really nice detail there with the wires. It would have been cool if these lit up just kind of like my X-Men diorama. My old school one where it looked like it was like fiber optics going in through there. Such a nice piece, that X-Men versus Sentinel #1. That's an OG sideshow piece. They don't make those like they used to. That's that piece right there. Here's one of the rock pieces. Looks very similar to the Captain America one that looks like the same shape too. Kind of like a blah rock paint job. And that's that piece there. Thought I felt like a burr there or something. Here's another rock piece here. Definitely looks like it's been pegged in before, just from the rub. Paint missing there. You know, this rock actually looks quite detailed. I mean, with the different like pitting and craters and I don't know what to call it, but it looks a lot more detailed. That goes there. And here's another one of those rock pieces. Seems like they always have this kind of shape. Even my Prime 1 Superman New 52 kind of has pieces that look like this. And then a piece of I-beam or H-beam from a building. Looks cool too. Nice detail. Nice paint application. Looks like a magnet right there. There we go. And then we'll do the base here. Oh, so they used, so just from the look of this, I can see like blue and yellow on this piece of paper there. Like this should have been Cyclops's, and this was the base wrap, but they used it for both. Okay, well, styrofoam all in there. I'll clean that up after, but this is the base here. Kotobukiya really likes to do rock bases like this, like with the Hulk, with Venom, Captain America. They all look very, very similar. But the very base of the base actually looks pretty cool here. Lots of detail there with more wires and honeycomb. Don't know what this rock is doing on top of this kind of like machine metal base, but it looks pretty cool. Got a little bit of purple metallic there. Kind of reminds you of the Sentinel color. And that's the bottom of it right there. Kotobukiya fine art statue, Cyclops, number 89 of 600. I hear something moving. So the base is probably hollow because there's stuff rattling around in there. But yeah, that's the base there. Of course, I'm going to try to figure out how this goes back in there. Looks like that. And then, final piece to look at. Oh, so much styrofoam everywhere now. Is Cyclops. So you can already see how there was a lot of paint on here, and where they picked them in, all the paint is missing. So definitely been displayed or taken out at least to assemble, and obviously put back totally incorrectly back in the box. But this is Cyclops right here. He's a good size. I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like closer to 1/5 scale versus 1/6. And he looks great. I mean, the detail on him is fantastic. Even like the wear on his pouches, on his boots. He's definitely been weathered, seeing quite a few battles, some rips or tears in his sash or his, I don't know, utility equipment, his harness. Really nice detail. Nice treads on the boots, even dirt on the boots here. Very nice. Yeah, that is the head sculpt. Look at that. That looks great. Wow. Would have been nice if they made his visor a little more red, you know, like from the ruby lens in there, ruby quartz, I think it is, for his optic blast, or if it even lit up. But maybe if they put like some sort of bright, clear red plastic in there, that would have really, really made it look good. Like right now, it looks like an extremely dark red. In some angles, it looks black. But kind of in this angle there, it kind of looks like a reddish brown. Still cool. Still looks good. He even has like his 5 o'clock shadow, like some stubble there. The hair looks great. The gloves there kind of looks as dry as my hand. Sorry about that. He even has like the texture in the glove there, which is really nice. Smooth on the top, a little bit of silver there. Very well done. Shading's good. All the paint is within the lines. I don't see any overspray or... Looks great. All right, so let me move the camera back. I'm going to move this onto the floor and we're going to start assembling it. All right, so we'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. So what we're going to do is we're going to obviously start off with the base. I believe that it will sit this way, as looks like that's the biggest peg and the deepest, widest peg. So it looks like Cyclops will go into there. It's going to look like he's bursting right out from there. But before we put on that final piece, let's put on all the little pieces first. So this is that rebar thing here. That's a big peg. So it looks like it goes here. Kind of. Like that. That's pretty cool. A little bit of play, but it's not going anywhere. Next is we have this electrical wire. Looks like it fits into there. There is kind of like a notch right there. And it just goes right, oh, that's a very strong magnet. And it just kind of sits like that. All right, that looks pretty good so far. Next is this piece. The key looks like it goes here. Oh, that fits in quite nicely. Then there's this piece. Looks like it goes here, I think. There we go. And then there's this rock here. More square pegged. And it looks like it goes right there. Nice. So actually, once it's put together, it looks pretty seamless. I mean, this one looks a little awkward. I mean, I guess it's supposed to look like rubble's kind of flying off, and it looks like this is the point of like impact, where he's either jumping off of or he's using his optic blast and it's like pushing him into the ground from the force. I'm not exactly sure, but it has that kind of good effect. Stuff is going outwards like a sunburst. And really, there's not much to this statue. All there is left is Cyclops here. And he just pegs right into there. That's not very flush. Have to change up the angles. Could be because of all this excess paint. What I'll do is probably use my X-Acto knife here. Kind of scrape off the paint. course, it's going all over my floor. Hopefully you guys don't use lead paint. There we go. And let's give that a try there. So, actually I got paint all over the camera here. All right. Let's give that one more try. And he pegs in much nicer now. Still could use maybe a millimeter or so of pegging in. But it looks like we have them. Wow. Looks great. You can see how far he's leaning forward. Like, this pose is pretty ambitious. He's very light, so I'm not worried, but only time will tell if he will start leaning forward. So hopefully that rod, hopefully it goes all the way up to here. Because if they only have it down there, I don't know how this polystone or material, whatever polystone mix this is made of, is going to have, as it leans, like holds this pose, because all the weight is obviously here. He might start to lean even more. But again, only time will tell. But it does make for a very, very dynamic pose. He's just launching forward. Looks like he's shooting his optic blast out there. Really makes me feel like playing X-Men versus Street Fighter right now. He was one of my go-to characters when playing that game. Well, yeah, wow. Really, it looks like he's just flying right off of this piece, off this base here. Looks really, really good. All right, so that was quite a quick assembly. Really nothing much to it. This hair actually is pliable, so maybe the hair is made out of like not polystone, but it's just maybe like glued on top, sort of like a soft plastic thing, which is good because that piece would probably break. But the head is definitely not removable. Sucks though, because there's still a seam that goes all the way around there, so it looks like it should have been removable, but it's not. If they're going to do it one piece, they should have just did it without a seam like that. That kind of looks bad. Yeah, it's all around there. But yeah, that's him assembled. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and we're going to do close-ups. All right, so stay tuned. Okay guys, I'm back. Full disclosure, it's actually 5 hours later. I had to pick up the daughter from school, so I just left this on the table. Had to feed her, bathe her, and put her to bed, and now I'm back. It is nighttime. You can see it is dark outside, but I got to finish this video, but family first, right? So we are going to do some close-ups of this bad boy. This is the base here. As you can see on the bottom, this is, I don't know, part of the danger room. I'm not sure what this base is. I'm pretty sure it is the danger room. So it looks great. Very, very nice details with the honeycomb, the wires, the conduit piping with the wires inside. This is the back of the base. And I mean, this is something that you wouldn't really see when you display it, but they still went all in on it. And no detail was left out. You can see even inside this panel here. They have a nice grill there. All the way around, like, it's phenomenal. Even in the front, underneath the rocks. And earlier, you know, I got to take it back a little bit. I said that the rocks kind of look bland or blasé, like very similar to Hulk's base and Captain America's base. I take it back. Once looking at this closely off camera, I can say that this rock base and rock formation and the way they detailed it and painted it is light years ahead of those previously reviewed and mentioned statues. It looks like he's really just launching himself from this, and the rocks are just flying outwards. They did a really, really good job on that. The detail on the rocks is phenomenal. The cracks and the rubble, the pebbles. Yeah, they did a really, really good job on this. Yeah, I take it all back. It's not just one color. You can see some warmer gray shades, some lighter gray shades. The tones and the shading that they did on this rock base is very, very well done. All right, so now we're going to move to his lower half here, his boots. Earlier I was talking about a little bit of gap here. I probably just need to shave off some more paint on the peg and maybe on the metal peg and on the key, and then he'll be able to push in all the way. But the boots really, really done well. You can see the cracks in there, you know, the shading, the dirt at the bottom of the boots. Really, really well done, I must say. The paint application, I cannot fault them on anything. Yes, we're focusing on his butt there. You can see even the pouches. Maybe they went too crazy on all the rips and cuts on there, but it looks cool nonetheless. It's like, how is that not frayed and falling off? Another thing to note, what I like is the way they've done the anatomy. Very nice anatomy. Everything's very proportionate. He looks great. Scott Summers looks phenomenal. And another thing I like is his utility belts or sash or whatever. It's not molded one with the statue. There's actually a gap right here where his abs are, up where his shoulder is. So it's really nice. It gives this piece some more depth to it. Even on the back here, you can kind of see the spaces there. I think that was a very nice touch. So it actually looks like it's on his body. It's not like spandex or, I don't know, it actually looks like a separate piece that's on him. You can't remove it, but it looks like that's how it would be in real life, because it wouldn't just be molded onto his body, right? And then, yeah, and one thing I wanted to note is his glove. You see that detail like right inside there, because on his open hand, you can see that there's texture in the glove. And when his fist is closed, we can focus it. There's a texture there on his palm, and then also inside there on his glove, which is really, really nice. Really nice touch there. Really good detail, even with some wear on the gloves as well. Yeah. And now going to his head sculpt. And I remember one of my comments, I just remember this now, somebody was like, please get and review the Cyclops statue. So this one's for you. Hopefully you liked and subscribed, and I'm giving a shout out to you. Comment below. Let me know if this is okay for you or not. But yeah, this is the head sculpt here. Look at those teeth. They did such a good job on his teeth. And on his 5 o'clock shadow, the stubble, really, really well done. Again, what I would have preferred is there's more red in here. Right now it just looks black. You know, if you hit it with a certain amount of light or a certain angle, you do see this dark reddish brown, but it would have been really, really nice if that was just a bright red, especially when this doesn't have a light up feature. Hair is really nicely sculpted. His visor is done very well. Yeah, this statue is, I'm actually very, very impressed with this. And for the price point, 500 bucks Canadian, $3.99 US, like you can't go wrong. And it's a low edition size of only 600. So I say, snatch this bad boy up. You won't be disappointed. He looks great. The pose is dynamic. Paint is on point. Everything is very proportional. The base is great. It doesn't leave you wanting. Like it hits all the points for a great statue, and Kotobukiya did it. And this is a great modern Cyclops X-Men Scott Summers statue. I think they executed this very, very well. If you guys are on the fence about getting this, it gets my seal of approval. I mean, I'm really happy to have him in my collection. I got to figure out where I'm going to put him. He's a little small compared to like, you know, Beast there, Wolverine and Dark Phoenix. So I got to figure out, maybe I got to display him on his own. Maybe I'll display him with the Sentinel head. Yeah, the X-Men diorama, X-Men versus Sentinel. But yeah, I'm going to put this camera back on the tripod and we're going to do some measurements for you guys. All right, so stay tuned. We are slowly coming to the end of this review. All we need to do is do some measurements for you guys. I got my trusty Miniso Avengers soft measuring tape. It's nice to use one of these tapes because those metal tape measures could scratch your statue if you like accidentally hit it. So we're going to measure the highest point here, which is his fingers. It's 15.5 inches wide. Depth-wise, it would probably be his fist. Going to the back where the rebar, you're looking at about 13.25 inches deep. And then width-wise, I would say it's right about here. It's about 12 inches wide. But if you were to remove this piece here in case you had some space restraints, you'd probably save about 3/4 inch to an inch. Yeah, so those are the measurements. Weight-wise, he's not very heavy, I would say. I need to get a scale for you guys. But I'd say he's about 6 or 7 pounds. Not very heavy. Maybe 5 or 6 pounds. Getting a scale, it's going to be hard with some of the bigger pieces, like to get it on and off a Lazy Susan. It could be quite cumbersome and some damages might occur. But usually the manufacturer's weights and dimensions are pretty on point. So yeah, that is pretty much the end of my review. Everything looks phenomenal on this piece. The paint, the sculpt, the pose is all phenomenal. So the only gripe I have with this piece is maybe in the future I'm worried about leaning issues. Just that angle that he's on and the peg right there and all the weight here. But he is very light. Hopefully they engineered it well, that there's a peg, I mean a metal rod that goes all the way up here so you won't have to worry about it. But you know, that's, you know, it might be nothing, it could be something, but really only time will tell. But for right now, here and now in the present, he looks amazing. Cyclops, Scott Summers. Fine art statue by Kotobukiya. Great statue. Great to have in my collection. Hopefully it'll be great to have in your collection. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think, how I can improve on these reviews. And yeah, happy collecting, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye for now.